Appena sedi. No, I was me, follow me on this side and on the left. And so you can see there are 8 arches on each of the first 3 levels. Then we have the 4th level that is completely built with walls, that's completely walled area with some windows. This is a structure that tells us something about the Roman way of building such gigantic buildings like this. Because you can see the basic element of the Roman architecture, which is the arch. Yeah. So please come behind me. At this time of the day. Well, you can see that here you have as well, you can see very well the arches, and at the top of them there is numbers. Yeah, each of them got numbers. Yeah? You can imagine why we have different numbers on each of these arches. Entrance together, the Colosseum. Yeah, because the Colosseum was a type of a show venue where everybody from the society could enter, and they could enter basically free. So the shows were attended by a very huge number of people. Do you know how many people could fit in the Colosseum? Try to guess.
12,000? 18,000?
18,000? 12,000? No, more than this. 50,000? A bit more? 60. Yes, like the minimum was 50,000, maximum 75,000. It's a range of numbers. And you can imagine why, because people didn't have assigned seats, not in all the entire structure. Yeah. In some places where you had these benches, you could squeeze much more among inlays were very crowded. Yeah, for example, the inauguration section. Because the Colosseum was working in this way, basically. You had sometimes just 2-3 days of shows, but most of the time were weeks, sometimes even more than this, yeah, when there was something really important happening. Because the games were connected with something significant in the Roman calendar. So this means that, for example, we're connected with important festivities, or when an emperor came back victorious from a battle. Yeah. When special occasions come out, the city, entire city from start and went to the shows. Even slaves could arrive here and attend the shows. They were present. People that organized the game were usually people who were in important political positions. Were very often, for example, connected with the start of the elections. People were running for elections. This as a present. You can imagine this was giving a lot of popularity. Yeah? And the Romans, what they usually did, said, kind of a refrain that they used, was panem and circenses. Panem is in Latin the word as in Italian, no? Yeah, you read it. Okay, so this means that politicians, the government in Rome gave every month a small amount of wealth to the population, so people could get, something. Circenses is the somehow award that include all the type of games, spectacles, races, theater. So circenses was together with friends a way to give to the people something that was extravagance, but also was instrumental for public consent. Yeah? Somehow there were two things that the Romans were taking a lot in consideration as well, because they were working mostly on the public opinion and very aware of the importance of it. So the Colosseum was somehow one of the many amphitheaters that were in the city of Rome and in the empire. If you calculate the entire empire, the entire extension of the Roman Empire, we can count around 300 amphitheaters. The amphitheaters were mostly used for gladiatorial fights. But as well for other types of yeah, because you have to imagine that somehow, like there were every day of games was pretty much structured in the same way. In the morning you would have the so-called venaciones, so the hunts, yeah, with animals. Then at lunchtime there would be the moment for the public exhibition. And then in the afternoon the gladiatorial fights. Yeah. These were the most important activities that were taking place in the Colosseum. Other types of games, for example, reenactments or battles. And in other amphitheaters, not in the Colosseum, it was possible as well to fill them completely with water to make this type of games with ships. Yes, somehow there's battles with ships. Yeah, and so-called neomachia in Latin. Why in the Colosseum was not possible to make this? It was possible just at the beginning, in the first years after the Colosseum was built. Because at the beginning, the Colosseum didn't have the so-called backstage, which is in the underground of the building. Later we are going to see them from the area of the arena, look down and see all this organization of the backstage. So this is something very special that the Colosseum got, because you cannot find anything like this in any other amphitheater in the world. Yeah? And this, of course, was in the capital, the largest amphitheater built in history and remain even now among the many amphitheaters. The list of the 7 wonders, yeah? The modern wonders. The Colosseum is part of this. You can see here is also a twin stone that is very common here in this area, which is the travertine. Travertine is a stone, it's a limestone that in Rome was easy to find because it was took from a quarry. There is close to the city of Rome, about 40 kilometers from here. There is the city of Tivoli. Maybe you heard, because it's a very beautiful place with a lot of villas and a lot of monuments there. It's well interesting to visit. In Tivoli there was this quarry where the limestone, even now there's an active quarry, yeah, where the limestone came from. There's many cemeteries. It's a material that you were going to see everywhere in the city. And there's something else that you probably already noticed when we are inside. You see that we have a lot of holes in the Colosseum, yeah? Do you know why? Can you imagine what's the reason? Yeah? Metal, yeah? Do you know what happened? Why? Yes, exactly. Because they took the metal out from the stone, yeah? After the Colosseum was arrived at the end of its activity and started a decadence of this building, because you have to imagine this was active from the 1st century maybe to the 5th century AD. With the arrival of the Christian emperors, they started to forbid this type of games because they thought it was too violent. So the Colosseum basically transformed into, let's say, something like a modern circus, yeah, with animals. Then people started to move into the and then after a while to shut down somehow, yeah, after 5 centuries of activity. And during the Middle Ages, when in the city of Rome, but in general in entire Europe, there was a lack of metal, super precious material. So the metal was inside together with the metal was quite the marbles and stones, they could be crushed with something new. Yeah, because if you go around in Rome, you're gonna find in many places, you're gonna find slabs of marbles or other stones that are coming from the Colosseum or from the Roman Forum. If you go to St. Peter Basilica, of course, it's not in San Giovanni Laterano, right here, other church that was all remodeled in the 16th century. There was a massive use of the marbles. Iron were inside the stone, literally shooting it. Very clever. All the blocks. Where you see metals like this, yeah, this is all of course modern, yeah, it's part of the renovation. After using the Colosseum for such a long time, you can imagine, yeah, quarries, used as a quarry for recycling of material. Everybody got this. No,
Sì, dobbiamo passare le Show me the tickets.
Yeah, now it's time to show the tickets. Anche documenti
Dopo dentro.
Ok,
Here only for group?
Yeah. 4 tickets.
Yeah. See. Okay. I have to see the IG of this.
What do you mean? Mithun. Yeah, you are.
The IG.
ID
is like ID. Digital is good. We count him under a kid. 18
என்ன ஏஜ் என்ன குரு யார் புக் பண்ணாரு
நான் தான் என்னாச்சு
இல்ல ஏஜ்
The tickets.
Yeah.
Can I see the ID? Again? If we have anyone.
Ma non deve essere europeo.
No, però è gratuito.
Quanto lo stesso.
No, perché se è gratuito è gratuito per tutti. Il ridotto è
No,
Spagna.
sì, no,
Sì?
ho visto il biglietto ridotto, per quello, ho visto il biglietto ridotto.
Buongiorno.
அவனுக்கு கால்குலேட் பண்ண தெரியல
No, ti sei il biglietto ridotto. Gli ho fatto il biglietto ridotto. C'hanno il
18 வயசு ஆயிடுச்சு இல்லையான்னு அவனுக்கு ஒரு கன்ஃபியூஷன் அவனுக்கு கால்குலேட் பண்ண தெரியல வேற ஒன்றும்
இல்ல உனக்கு 18 வயசு இல்லையான்னு பாவா நிஷா உள்ளவா
அவன் 18 வயசுக்கு மேலதான் வந்து அடல்ட் அவன் கால்குலேட் பண்ண தெரியல 2008 பார்த்தோன்னே அவன் ஏதோ கால்குலேட் பண்ணிடுவோம் 18 மேல ஆயிடுச்சுன்னு ஒன்று கொண்டு வந்தான் கால்குலேட் பண்ணிட்டு அவனும் சொன்னான் இதெல்லாம் கரெக்ட் தானே
இப்போ வந்து அப்படி உனக்கு 2 ஆளுக்கு இல்லை எங்கே டிக்கெட்டே செக் பண்ணலப்பா
நீங்கள் வேறு பேப்பர் கூட வச்சுக்கலாம் நீங்கள் மற்ற டிக்கெட் கூட நீங்கள் I have not.